Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. The Curse of Oak Island recap. Have the team finally discovered the entrance to the money pit? On The Curse of Oak Island this week, have the team finally discovered the entrance to the legendary money pit? It certainly looks like a serious possibility. The episode saw the treasure hunting team, led by Rick and Marty Lagina, continue their quest to uncover a man-made connection between the pit and Smith's Cove. 1 week ago, wooden beams dating back to 1735 to 1784 were found in the cove at a depth of more than 50 feet. The team took this as possible evidence that they may have hit a main flood tunnel. Based on the evidence, this week they continue to drill exploratory boreholes just above the beach. In the target zone, a core sample near the cave-in pit reveals sand, which could be evidence of a manifestation of a bygone tunnel, according to geologist Harry Matheson. The discovery is deemed important enough to call Marty, and when he arrives at the site he exclaims in anticipation, "It's a beautiful day on Oak Island." As Marty examines the spoils, Rick can't help but note the irony is there is no wood in the sample. Nonetheless, he adds that this may be the one thing, the clue that could solve the 200 years plus Oak Island mystery once and for all. Next, they take a sample 5 feet to the west at a depth of 108 feet. The core sample contains some sand, but nothing that would point to anything resembling a tunnel, according to Terry, who describes the spoils as unremarkable. The team is disappointed, and they decide to ditch the current random drilling operation in favor of seismic scanning in the hopes of finding more promising targets. Later, the team from Seismic Scanning Team from Eagle Canada arrived to map underground anomalies in a bid to finally locate the elusive money pit. Their ambitious goal involves setting off a whopping 18,000 dynamite charges, which will create sound waves that can be measured as they travel through the earth. Based on the sound wave data, a master map of tunnels and voids as deep as 300 feet down will be created. Meanwhile, the team find time to meet with naval historian and author Chip Reed in the war room, where he sheds new light on the possible purpose of the mysterious man-made structures at Smith's Cove. He shows the team an old map of Oak Island, and on it they recognize the mysterious L-shaped structure unearthed last year. Chip believes that the structure could be evidence of a military fortification known as a water battery, and be connected to what is known as the Louisbourg treasure that is associated with Nova Scotia. He tells the team that if this is the case, they may actually be looking for some kind of a French treasure, based on his research. In response, Marty asks the team's historians to investigate any possible lead based on Chip's assertion. Elsewhere, members of the team head out to Lot 27, once owned by Daniel McGinnis. Evidence left behind suggests that McGinnis himself searched on the lot for treasure tunnels leading to the legendary treasure vault. 3 weeks ago, ancient rock drilling tools called swages, as much as 600 years old, were found on nearby Lot 21, also owned by McGinnis. Metal detecting expert Gary Drayton finds a promising area for Jack Beckley to dig, and they find what Gary terms an iron chisel. "Look at that," he says, "definitely looks old." He surmises that the chisel could have been used for tunneling, perhaps in tandem with the swages, and estimates it could date back to the 1400s. In response, the team decide to further investigate what could be beneath Lot 21, using ground-penetrating radar. When the ground-penetrating experts arrive on site, they find an anomaly 4 feet down. Could this be a void or a tunnel? The anomaly is 4 feet wide, and Crate Tester remarks that there are a couple of known wells in the area, although he concedes that finding this anomaly is promising. Lastly, the team gather at the southern shore of the island with the goal of finding a wooden sluiceway that connects to Shaft 9, thus indicating the location of the money pit. Dan Henske, whom Rick declares is the sage, the royalty of Oak Island now, has recommended this operation based on his knowledge of the island. Marty operates the heavy equipment machine and soon finds a buried pipe. He continues to dig until the team see water pouring into the dugout earth through a hole. Examining the mud, they find wood and clay and determine that they have found the 159-year-old sluice referenced by Dan Henske. Marty yells, "Holy smokes," saying this could be one of the most important discoveries of the year. Have the team finally made a major breakthrough, uncovering a searcher shaft which will lead them to a centuries-old vault. The Curse of Oak Island has been a tantalizing mystery for centuries, captivating treasure hunters and enthusiasts with tales of hidden riches and legendary secrets. Season after season, Rick and Marty Lagina, along with their dedicated team, have dug, drilled, and explored the enigmatic island off the coast of Nova Scotia, chasing whispers of the elusive money pit. As the latest season unfolds, the question looms larger than ever. Have they finally discovered the entrance to the money pit? The episode begins with a palpable sense of anticipation. The team, seasoned by years of painstaking research and relentless digging, is more hopeful than ever. Their optimism is buoyed by recent findings, strange artifacts, anomalous structures, and promising subterranean voids. With the help of advanced technology and sheer determination, they believe they are closer than ever to unlocking the island's greatest secret. The day's operations start early with the team gathering at the Oak Island War Room, the nerve center for all planning and strategizing. The mood is a mix of excitement and cautious optimism. Marty, always the pragmatist, emphasizes the importance of managing expectations, while Rick, the eternal optimist, can't help but dream of the possibilities that lie ahead. Their first stop is the Money Pit area, the epicenter of the Oak Island legend. Recent surveys and data from the seismic testing have revealed intriguing anomalies deep below the surface. These anomalies suggest the presence of man-made structures, potentially tunnels or chambers that could be part of the legendary Money Pit complex. Crate Tester, the team's expert in engineering and drilling operations, explains the plan for the day. They will be drilling at several strategic points identified by the seismic data, hoping to intersect with the underground structures. The drill rig, a behemoth of steel and hydraulics, roars to life, and the team watches intently as it bores into the earth. Hours pass with the drill methodically chewing through layers of soil and rock. The tension is palpable, each foot of progress bringing the team closer to potential discovery. Suddenly, the drill hits a cavity, and the team holds its collective breath. Could this be it? The drill operator carefully extracts the core sample, and all eyes are on the cylindrical section of Earth as it emerges. The core sample reveals something extraordinary: wood. And not just any wood, but timber that appears to be hand-hewn, suggesting it could be part of an old structure. The team's historian, Charles Barkhouse, inspects the sample closely. This could be from the original money pit, he muses, excitement evident in his voice. Further analysis is required, so the team rushes the sample to the mobile lab set up nearby. Dr. Ian Spooner, the resident geoscientist, examines the wood under a microscope and conducts a series of tests. The results are promising. The wood dates back to the late 1700s, aligning perfectly with the timeline of the original money pit discovery. Buoyed by this finding, the team decides to widen their search, focusing on the area around the promising drill hole. They deploy ground-penetrating radar, GPR, to get a clearer picture of what lies beneath. The GPR reveals a network of tunnels radiating from the central cavity, confirming their suspicion that they are indeed on to something significant. As the sun begins to set, the team gathers once more in the war room to discuss their next steps. The day's discoveries have injected a new level of excitement and urgency into the project. They decide to bring in a specialized excavation team to carefully explore the underground structures without causing any damage. The next day, the excavation team arrives with their equipment: remote-controlled cameras, robotic excavators, and a host of other high-tech tools. They begin by inserting a camera into the cavity revealed by the drilling. The feed, displayed on a large monitor, shows a dark, narrow tunnel reinforced with wooden beams. As the camera advances, it encounters a section of the tunnel that appears to be blocked by debris. Undeterred, the team uses a robotic excavator to carefully clear the obstruction. After several tense minutes, the blockage is removed, revealing a deeper passageway. The camera continues its journey, and then, incredibly, it captures something extraordinary: an ornate chest, partially buried in the dirt.